game where you guys are managing to put up lots of goals on your opponents. What is this sort of telling you right now about the chemistry you're building as a team and what you're able to do right now?
Yeah, I think obviously our speed has been deadly so far in the preseason. That's kind of where we start a lot of the goals. They come from quick transitions and us breaking the puck out very fast, and from there we can create some foot races. And we've been scoring a lot of goals that way. So it's been exciting, and obviously it means that the system works and we're trusting the system, and we're being dialed in right now. And that's what's going to be our key throughout the whole year.
No matter what time of year, kind of fun to score a hat trick.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, no, it's always nice knowing, I guess, that the things that you worked on in the summer and the type of shots and all that stuff that I feel comfortable in those. And obviously the seam pass from Jackie is, I guess he always finds it somehow, so I'm just going to be ready.
That assist that you had on Jack's goal, tell me about that play that Shimon made to get that puck to you. It was pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think it was impressive right from the start. I mean, we win the puck back, and I think Toffoli makes a great play to Shimon, and from there he kind of sells that shot and finds me, and Jackie just goes and finds his area. So pretty goal overall, but everyone was involved in the play, and that's kind of how we stay deadly on the ice.
And we've talked a lot about over the preseason that chemistry that you're building with Tyler as he's a new guy on that line. In this game in particular, what are some of the assets that you're seeing that really has allowed you guys to be successful and complement the two of you?
Obviously, he takes a lot of guys with him in the plays that he makes. I mean, on my third goal there, he picks up a tough puck by the walls, he rims it, he brings guys to the net front, he kind of open up the whole ice for me there just by winning the battle from his guy and bringing everyone down to the net front. That leaves me wide open, and he kind of makes those plays all through the ice, and kind of plays that everyone doesn't see, but when you play with a guy like that, you notice him all the time. And he's an extremely smart guy, and I think in the power play, when we start working more on it and we get more ice time on it and stuff, it's just going to show off even more for him.
You're going to depend on Johnny Marino for some offense now this year?
Yeah, I think he might probably be the quarterback on the first unit now after seeing those moves. So it was great to see.
How encouraging is it to have the performance with your line tonight that you did against an Islander team that's going to look pretty similar to what they looked like tonight in the regular season?
Yeah, obviously it feels good. It's still preseason, everything's a little different, but obviously from our perspective that we feel that our own structure and our own speed and everything works, and that we have something very positive to work on, and that brings a lot of excitement to us as a line and us as a team.
Thinks that from now on you should probably quarterback that PP1 after tonight's performance.
I'll leave it to them. They're doing something good out there.
I mean, for you, 2 goals, I mean, what is it sort of like? I know it's preseason, but is there something there about just what's building on this team?
Yeah, I thought we, came out strong tonight. We were kind of all over them for a little while, and then they got some momentum back, but yeah, I mean, especially with those guys, that line was developing some chemistry for sure. They're flying around the offensive zone, and then, from there on out, it helps everyone else.
What were you seeing there on that goal, streaking down the ice? And
saw someone backdoor and got pretty lucky bounce there.
Is stick handling or puck handling something that you worked on in the offseason? Because, I mean, the difference between the first goal was pretty simple, pucks on net. Second goal, I mean, you dangled around them. So.
No.
Something you might be encouraged to do a little bit more often now that you've...
Probably wouldn't say too much, but yeah, maybe the opportunity is right.
Do you feel that as a whole, I know obviously it's not the full lineup, but that people are sort of getting a hang of the subtle changes that you guys have made in your system?
Like with guys here?
Yeah,
for sure. It's kind of towards the end of camp too, so this is where you want to, have your best games and develop the best chemistry here. Time's kind of taken for the first game of the season, and we want to be ready to go.
Does it feel like you're talking about the end of the preseason? Does it feel long, and do you sort of now really have those jitters to sort of get the season going?
Yeah, for sure. I think everyone's ready for the season to start. It's always nice to come to the rink too, and having a little bit of time to prepare for game one. But I'm sure everyone's going to be excited for it.
And then just does it mean anything to go undefeated in a preseason? I know it doesn't count for anything, but when you think about it.
Yeah. I mean, for sure. I mean, you want to win every game possible, no matter who's in the lineup. I think this says a lot about, just the people in the organization too, whether they're on the team or not. You always want to win.
Thanks, Johnny.
Yeah.
Sort of play the way you guys play tonight with that offense. What are you sort of seeing right now from that chemistry we've talked so much about developing between you and your line mates?
Yeah, obviously it was a successful night for us, and did a lot of good things. But obviously, I think a couple of shifts there, you don't want to critique yourself too much, but could have prevented them a little bit. And I think overall, though, got to be happy with it. And I know it's just preseason, but another one for us.
So I know you say it's just preseason. So the thought is, even though you guys are like 5-0, right? Does that mean anything to this group in terms of setting yourselves up? Like, how do you sort of negotiate preseason versus what you're about to head into?
Yeah, I think you want to win every single game. You want to. Find ways to win certain games, and I think tonight was another way of winning. I think the previous couple of games were, lower-ish scoring games, so being able to win a game like tonight, I think will be big for us going down the road.
Did Shimon call for that puck at all, or on Jack's goal there, that pass that you made to him and then off to Bratter after that, or did you just see him through the?
I think it was just a turnover, and looked at the net first, and then obviously made that play, and then the rest is for everybody else to watch. So it was obviously a pretty nice goal.
Is it impressive to watch sometimes when you see that?
Yeah, it's nice to be out there on the ice with them.
That Islander lineup is probably going to look that way or similar to on opening night. Is it encouraging to have that kind of night against a mostly NHL roster?
Yeah, I think at the same time they're trying to get their game in order, and it's like I said, it is preseason still, and they scored 5 goals or whatever it is. So I think we found a way to win, and scored big goals at the right time, and like I said, just found a way.
Somebody who played against Bratt and Jack, I guess, obviously too, over the years. What are your impressions of being on their line now, and what do you know about them that maybe you didn't know a year ago?
I think most of my career being in the West, I would only see them twice a year, so very small sample size. And I think just being here the month I've been here and seeing the stuff that they do in practice, it translates to games. And tonight was just another night of that.
Thanks, Alex. For the game, he thinks it's time to consider John Marino to be put on that PP1 quarterbacking. Just wondering your thoughts on John tonight.
I didn't know that Jesper was assistant coach. Obviously John had a good night. He had a couple of great opportunities and scored a heck of a goal. He's been on some big goals. You go back to the Ranger game, Game 7. Big opportunity. Now it's part of the way we want to play. We need our D involved, and I thought our defense moved the puck well tonight.
One of the things that Jesper was also saying is having Toffoli on the line really draws a lot of the opponents away from him and Jack, clearing up a lot more space for them. Are you seeing that in terms of the chemistry and how they're all working together?
It really looks like they're just starting to develop some chemistry and find each other. And I thought that line made some really nice plays. Zipped it around. They had some really good possession. I think that takes time. They've been together all camp, and the fact that tonight they were able to find each other the way they did, I think it's a product of playing together.
What did you think of the performance of some of the fringe guys on the roster?
Well, you'd have to tell me which fringe guy you're talking about.
Tice, Max.
Yeah, I thought Tice gave us another strong game. It was a game where I thought maybe my 2 young defensemen struggled a little bit. When I'm talking about Luke and talking about Simone there. Did some good things, obviously. But there's areas of the game that, I thought not quick enough. You look at almost not going back quick enough on the power play and almost giving them an opportunity when not much was going on. But, it's NHL pace, so you've got to be ready for it.
And what'd you think of the pairing of Luke and Colin on the ice together tonight?
With Luke and Colin?
Yeah,
I thought, again, it was a tough night for both those guys overall. When I break what I saw in the game, I think both guys need to be better.
Lindy, you've used Bratt a couple times on the penalty kill. Is that something to look that you're going to look to do going forward?
We are. Part of camp and part of preseason was to give him that opportunity, use his speed inside the zone, see if we can spend less time, and at the same time give us a real good counter threat if we do break plays up. I've liked what he's done so far. He's had good reads inside the zone. I think his quickness to get on the attack has been good, so it just gives us something to continue to work on.
And what did you see from Nate tonight, his first game back?
A strong game. I thought strong on the walls, hung on to pucks. For a first game, I thought he handled the game well.
Lindy, what do you think of Graham Clark's game today? He's a guy that put up strong numbers in the American League last year. What do you think he needs to do to get more playing time going forward? You need to see from him.
Well, I think if you look at his game, he's been given a pretty good opportunity. He's had the puck enough. I thought early on, we had some people open when we had the puck, didn't move it quick enough. I think sometimes the tendency when you're a goal scorer, you're looking for something better. He's had some plays inside of games where breaking out of our zone, put the puck in the middle of the ice. Those plays have turned into turnovers, chances against. I have no doubt he can play the game when he's got the puck. So I think sometimes away from it, got to take care of the puck better, especially in the D zone.